So, welcome, Mary. I'm so excited that you came here today. Genuinely, I didn't realise you were actually even in the UK, and I was thinking that I was going to come over and literally do a whole new wardrobe for myself in your lovely designs. So, and how amazing is life that here you are.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully we'll still come over to Dublin, but it's great to have the opportunity to meet you today. Yeah,
perfect.
Spur of the moment visit.
Yeah, well, this is it. Isn't it wonderful that you can just I've always found it really interesting that if you don't plan your day, you just what happens at the end of the day. I love that when there's unexpected, exciting, variety and new things that happen.
Exactly. Yeah. And I come over because I could easily have got the first flight back this morning. I said, no, I'll wander into London for the day and I won't make any plans. And yeah, I love that. So you can just open to any opportunity that comes along. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
And I was very excited to meet you because I'm loving your product.
Oh,
love it. Yeah.
Which products is it that you...
I'm doing the detox. I do that at night and I'm sleeping like a log. Yeah. The nights that I don't do it, I'm wide awake.
Wow.
Yeah, wide awake. And I'm doing the Rejuva Platinum in the mornings.
Yeah. And does that give you the extra boost of energy?
Oh, I could go on all day.
Yeah.
All day and all night. Yeah.
Isn't it amazing that just a slight difference in your nutrients has changed your ability to sleep from 0 to a really good night's sleep, and that you can suddenly go all through the day? This is what I try to get people to understand. It's not about eating. You don't really need to eat loads and loads of food or do lots of exercise. This is all great, and we do that anyway. But if you concentrate your nutrients and exactly what you need for your function, you are like you're young again. Are you starting to feel like, when you were like at your peak at 35? Because that's how I feel. I feel like I'm like 35 again. I have no achy joints. I've got loads of energy. The brain is functioning fast and efficiently. I'm creative again. I'm really enjoying life. I always enjoy it, but I'm way, way more. I was walking today this morning doing my 10K walk that I do every morning. And I was just like, oh my God, the sun's out, look at the river, look at the fountain, look at these little flowers, look at this little dog. It's a different fascination than just, I've got to do this, it's my duty, I must walk 10K, otherwise I'll put on weight. It was actual joy to do these things.
I totally agree. And I think I'm in my 50s now, so 2 years ago when I hit 50, I just felt like I was hitting a wall every day. And I'd have plans for the weekend, so I'd work all week and that would be fine. And I'd have plans for the weekend. I'm going to do the house. I'm going to do a bit of painting. I'm going to do this, that and the other. And I'd end up just wiped, absolutely wiped. So I've been noticing that over the last couple of years, that I just keep hitting this wall all the time. And I can't remember how I found you, but pure chance. And I just feel like
there is no chance.
It's completely changed. It's like my life has changed since I started. Probably sleeping better is a big thing.
Oh, God.
And I wouldn't be great on the whole nutrition. I kind of eat on the go like a lot of people would, when you're working and running a business and...
Which is normally snacking, because
snacking.
You can't fit a proper meal in. So it's like, I need fuel, give me anything, a biscuit.
Yeah, I'm hungry. It's like, I'm hungry. I'll boil the kettle and I'll make a banana sandwich or something, and it was just way too much of that. So just that balanced nutrition that I'm getting now, and I don't even feel the need. So I'll have my smoothie in the mornings. I don't even think about food again until lunchtime.
Wow, that is such a difference of quality of life, not even having to think about food, and then you can make the right food choices as well, rather than, like you said, just be carbing up all the time, just carb loading, without doing the exercise, just in order to keep your energy level going through the day.
Absolutely.
But it's like, as women, we go through these 3 phases of life. So we have the early years where we have a certain amount of life force that we're born with, and it's abundant. It's like an avalanche. It's Niagara Falls of energy. And we never think about that energy is ever going to not be ready and present and available to us. We always think it's always going to be there, yeah?
And then, it's a shock when it's not.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was saying to you earlier that we reach something called anabolic peak, which is the peak of our youthfulness, our existence, the speed at which our cells turn over, the speed at which they repair themselves, the essential nutrients that are necessary are not normally in our diet anymore, and that's why I started working in the field of anti-aging and producing my own foods, so that I knew that what I could do would keep the cells, regenerating faster. And I'll tell you about the radiance in a minute. But from 35, if we stay the same, we will have a slow bell curve into oblivion. If we want to stay the same as we were at 35, we have to keep upping the ante and doing more in order to stay that way. Mm-hmm. But we don't notice it for about 10 years. So it's usually around 45, and then suddenly you start to hit that wall. Mm-hmm. It's like you said, in your 50s, you hit the wall, but you probably noticed you were it took a bit more effort to do the same things from about that 45. And that's great, because you're in the generation where it was 35. But with the younger generation, like your daughter's age, it's 25. So the younger generation are becoming older faster, because we didn't have mobile phones. Mm-hmm. In our day, we didn't even have the brick phones, that they had. Yes. Just developing those little things in a suitcase. But young ones now, from kids of 10 years of age, have their own phones now, constantly on them, constant breakdown of radiation. We have all these things like, I'm going to talk political now, but the different antennas, the 4G, 5G, all these things. It's too much. It's maybe a little bit is okay, but it's an onslaught of our laptop, our phone, the cinema, our TV, flying on airplanes. It's a keep stacking of too much radiation. And then the way that they Frankenstein our food, and all the GM products and all the different strange stuff they're putting in our food, ingredients that we never even knew existed. Mm-hmm. The long list of one ingredients, and then the long list of all the chemicals and different sugars and fillers and gums and everything and preservatives that's in it. This is not great for our body. Yeah. Long term, it's an overload, and we're not doing anything to clean it out.
And we don't know about it.
No, exactly. So that's why you feel the difference. Mm-hmm. So you did hit the wall, and for you it would have been literally a black diamond run.
Absolutely.
Into, I'm going to sit on the sofa, watch Netflix every night and eat a bottle of ice cream, and
make it
on
worse.
Monday I'll start.
Yeah.
On Monday, because once you've eaten a bucket of ice cream and you've relaxed, you feel, okay now, on Monday I'm going to be really good. I'm going to start on Monday. But Monday, as you know, never comes, and very quickly it's Monday, it's Friday, it's Monday, it's Friday, and you look back, 2 years have gone, and you've hit the other wall where you've gone into the menopause, which is that's like an abyss, really, if you approach it in the wrong way. And so I've always thought I was going to write a book called You Cross This Bridge of Menopause as a Goddess or a Crone, and okay. I thought because I've done it myself, and I know the path. I know the path you take. I know all the little secret doors and gardens, and it can be an absolutely wonderful 3-month journey, and you're clear and you're done. And for me, there is no wall. I'm the same with my 8 o'clock client as I am with my 8 o'clock at night. So from AM to PM, no walls. But I've been eating the products like you talked about, the detox, for 10 years now. Mm-hmm. And I can see the way it has regenerated, it has detoxed. So I know exactly what you're feeling. And my life joy and dream and purpose is to have all women feeling this way, because I've done it and I feel it. And I don't like women coming into me, like wilted flowers. Yeah. And, they're like, literally wilting as they come in the door. And in a week, I know that I can turn them around and they're in full bloom. I'm not sure how long you've been on the products, but you've noticed a difference, I think, relatively quickly compared to being in this wall for a few years.
Yes, I did. I've just ordered my second lot now, so I've done 2 weeks of the platinum, mm-hmm. and I still have a bit of my detox supply left. So I've just reordered my platinum. So I definitely noticed a difference in my skin in 3 days.
Well, I haven't met you before, but I'm looking at your skin now, and it's really glowing. It's just glowing. And I noticed, like on one of my clients that is about 30, she's just in her 30s, and she's getting married. She came in with really, really dry skin and lots of little bumps under the skin. And I wouldn't give the platinum, the Radiance Platinum, which is for people over 35, 40, I wouldn't give that to someone that's 29, nearly 30 years of age. Mm-hmm. But because she's getting married and there's a short window of transition, I said to her, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the platinum as a boost. Mm-hmm. You do that for 2 weeks, and then we switch you onto the silver as a maintenance, because that's designed for younger people that haven't lost all the collagen. I can honestly say it was an experiment for me, mm-hmm. but I know there's no harm in it. Yeah. And I watched this girl come in on the 3rd day of taking it, and I was blown away. I'm going to use a really old word, flabbergasted. Remember that old word? I was like, speechless when I saw her skin. It's like I'd done one of my facials. I get that result when I do a manual facial for about 90 minutes, deep tissue massage and peels and needling and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I get that result with everyone, but I didn't expect to get it, not even having touched her face or done her facial yet.
Wow, amazing.
And it's, I mean, like, all the dryness had gone, all the pimples had gone, and she was glowing.
Well, I saw that. That's the girl that I saw going out.
That's the one
she
you just
looks
saw.
amazing.
Yeah, and that she's been on it a week now.
Wow.
And when I do my facial on her, she's just going to like bloom, and her whole face is going to be sculpted. But I'm looking at your skin now, and you're telling me you're past 50, and I complimented you on your skin. Genuinely, I have no benchmark for you, but it's just fabulous. Like, it's like full and plump and glossy and shining. It's lovely.
Well, I'm looking forward to it being even more so.
Yes, well, that's what I noticed about it, because we trial it for about 6 months before we release it into the marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was saying to me the same thing. They were going, "Oh my God, Viv, you're looking so well. What are you doing? What's with your skin?" And sometimes you don't see it yourself. You don't see it yourself.
Well, you look
as well
amazing.
As other
I
people.
couldn't believe you when you told me earlier what age you were.
Yeah? Oh, thank you very much.
Well, you look amazing.
Thank you. I know. No one ever believes I'm way older than they are, so I have the jump on you. But I know. But it's but I feel it as well.
But you haven't even a line in your face.
No, and I have no Botox. Look, you can see if I smile, I have the lines.
And you can tell when somebody's had Botox.
Yes.
And they've had fillers and.
Yeah. No, I have no Botox, no fillers. It's I tried Botox when I'll be completely transparent. I tried it when I was 48, when I was 52, and when I was 56. And it lasted about 2 weeks. Okay. It just literally dissolved in my face, and I found that the eyelids actually dropped, and the only droppage that I got on these eyebrow was after the after effect of having Botox. Wow. And because it didn't work so long for me, I think because I have so much antioxidants in my system, whenever I do a blood count for antioxidants, my levels are really high. And so I think anything that goes in that's like a poison or unnatural, my body just breaks it down and spits it out again.
Yes. And I noticed after the detox that I had a glass of wine and I felt tipsy after one glass of wine.
Yes, because it would have cleared out your resilience in your liver. Because it specifically works on the liver and the blood and and those organs. It's incredible, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. And I do feel like everything is just much cleaner. And it's funny, I was trying to explain to my daughter that I can taste it. So if I have my smoothie in the mornings, I can still taste it. So I have this really clean taste, aftertaste that lasts right through to the afternoon, which I love. And that's making me crave coffee a lot less. Yeah. Because I don't want to lose that. Sound weird?
No, it doesn't at all. I tell you why, because it's got chlorella in it. And spirulina and some blue-green algae. And what these do is they take metals out of the system. Mm-hmm. So sometimes, you taste something, it tastes metallic. It's not the taste of the metallic, it's you. Okay. Because it's coming out through the tongue, through the taste receptors. So because it bonds, the way the detox works is it bonds the metals and it carries them out through the system. Mm-hmm. And so you genuinely are getting a cleaner palate because your blood and the brain, everything is getting a clean out, like a detox. And so what happens is you then make wiser food choices. Okay. You actually don't want to eat junk anymore because wow, I feel clean. I don't really want to put that in. It's like if you had an acupuncture session, say with an acupuncturist, you don't really want to go and have a coffee and a cake afterwards. What you do is you have a coffee and cake first, so that your treatment's going to last. Yeah. So if you're tapping in this detoxing and cleansing into your body on a daily basis, it's going to suddenly start to extend the time at which you want to stay in control, I suppose, want of a better word, of your eating habits. Mm-hmm. You just want to, like you said, you feel clean, you want to stay clean as long as possible. Yeah. And it does cut your sugar cravings. Have you noticed that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, it has.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, I love it. I'm addicted.
Yeah. No, I'm really, really super pleased to meet you. And this is our first podcast together.
Yes, very exciting.
Yeah, and so that's also very nice. And you asked me about the menopause and people, your friend especially, doing lots of exercise and not...
Yeah. I've noticed it, especially with a lot of our customers, would be around that age. Mm-hmm. And one of my girls said to me, because in my book I have a chapter with all the different body shapes, and one of the body shapes is the apple shape.
Can't wait to read your book.
Oh, oh, yeah, I can't wait to get a cover on it now at this stage.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. And she said, can we change that to the menopause shape?
Yeah.
Because a lot of our customers are coming in and their body shape has changed. It really stresses them out. A lot of them are still exercising a lot, so they can't understand why is it not working for me. And I think that we just don't understand what's happening at that time.
Okay, there's a few questions there. The first one is like an observation where I was saying to you earlier that women get to a certain shape, they suddenly, it's like they look at their mother when they're younger and they go, oh my God, mum, you know, you've become a barrel, please, you know, just do something about it, thinking that their mothers can, because they can go on a 3-day liquid diet and drop half a stone. But that doesn't happen when you're in the menopause, and there are different reasons why. And one day you go through the menopause and suddenly about 3, 4, 6 months later, you notice that the waist is thickening. Suddenly you have this bloated stomach, which you've never had before. And you're like, why? How is that happening? I'm doing so much more exercise. So what's the first thing you think you do? You do more exercise, and you do faster exercise. Like when I was younger, I did like now there's a big fashion in spin and bike, you know, fast bikes and lots and lots of HIIT and all these kind of like very high-powered fast exercises, which are not for women going through the menopause. Now, I will get a lot of argument about that, but that's fine because this is the truth. Yeah. I'm a qualified PT from years ago from Loughborough, so I know about exercise. I used to be a gymnast, so I know about how the body. But exactly the same thing happened to me. So with even all that knowledge and also my nutritional knowledge, suddenly I noticed, you know, my small waist was getting thicker, and suddenly I had this little pouch, like a kangaroo pouch, and I was like, hang on a second, I'm walking 10k a day, I'm doing my yoga, I'm doing my, you know, my MMA Krav Maga, I'm doing my boxing, and so I made those same mistakes when I went through the menopause, but I figured it out pretty quickly because I have a knowledge base, and I experiment a lot with myself before I give to my clients. And like you, my clients were coming in with exactly the same problems. And they're like, Viv, come on, you have to find an answer for us. Yeah. And so I did. So I researched a lot, and I also teach Tai Chi. And my teacher, Jason, said to me, you know, when you go through menopause, you have a certain amount of life force. And that life force isn't renewing, and which I was talking about anabolic peak earlier. Yes. And that being the third stage, which we mentioned, is the menopause stage for women, which it really is, like you said, it can be a wall where we literally deteriorate, or it can be an open door where we bloom. Okay. And I promise you that the opportunity to bloom, to go from wilted flower to full bloom, is real. And it's very possible. Like you've said, you've complimented me on, you know, and you were shocked when I told you when you were like mouth open, and I get that result from everybody. And I don't feel it, you know, nothing clicks, and I move, and like I said to you, and I know that is based on nutrition, and also on the correct exercise. So the first thing is in terms of your friend and everybody out there listening that has issue through the menopause and sudden weight gain and sudden bloating and thickening, it's the most horrible thing, because it's one of the most aging things, is when you start to go like a round barrel, is that out of every 1,000 calories that we eat, when we were pre-menopause, we used to absorb into our body, as in terms of stuck calories, like will become later on, you know, fat and things like that, or stored calories, only 300. Okay. Now in menopause, we can eat the same 1,000 calories and we store 700, and we only burn 300. Oh God, how depressing. It is, and that is, and we don't know science. About that. No, I don't know why no one puts it out there. I've discovered all this stuff, and it's like, that's why we're talking now, so that we can actually help other women that are in the same situation as we were. And that is, if you store out of every 1,000 and you ate a healthy diet, which was basically more complex carbs, which were, you were having grated carrots with beetroot, which are complex carbs, and we were having an apple. But who does that? The thing is like you said, we're busy women, we're working, we're trying to do a career, we're trying to look after children, we're trying to have a relationship, you know, we're trying to look after ourselves. Women put themselves on the last top of the ladder. With everything, yeah. And so what happens is we need fuel. So it's going to be a coffee and a Starbucks muffin, a Kit Kat, a Mars bar, a bar of chocolate. You know, it's something quick and fast. you've got more of a little bit better food choice, because even your brown bread and butter and banana is a bit better food choice than having some processed food, but it's still carb.
Yeah.
The whole thing is carb, which is literally going to be stored on your body,
it all.
because what you do in your everyday, being a mother, going up and down the stairs, looking after the kids, going to your work, working with people, that is a set amount of calories you've always been burning every day, and your body does not consider it exercise.
Oh, okay.
And every book you've read that says if you run up and down the stairs, you'll burn these calories and burn them calories, the body does not work like that in menopause. Okay. I can assure you of that. You have to do something set. Like my friend said to me, well, I do 10k a day, and I say, how do you do the 10k a day? She goes, well, I walk around and I go to the shops, I go up and down the stairs, and I go here, and I see at the end of the day I've got this. Mm-hmm. And I say, that's great. It has a bigger effect if you go and walk 10k in one block.
Oh,
so
why is
you
that?
do a 90-minute walk, because it takes your body from the level of exercise that you do to the extra expenditure of energy, which you have to draw from fat cells and things like that. Especially, I do it in the morning on an empty stomach. So I take 2 bottles of water with me, and I drink those bottles of water as I wear a little jacket with 2 inlet sleeves, and I just walk along with this extra weight, and then I drink it as I go along.
Good.
Yeah, and then I come back, and then I have my smoothie, and that kicks you into the fat burning ability.
Okay.
And everyone now is also talking, while we're still talking diet, we'll go on to exercise in a minute, but while we're still talking diet, everyone's talking about intermittent fasting. Again, I've done a lot of research on that, and I know this will upset people on intermittent fasting. I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm saying it's actually really good, because it does allow your body to rest and recover, and we don't have the ability to rest and recover as much as we did, but we need more nutrients than we did, which is why I developed powders, because they're easy assimilated, easy digested, and they don't take a lot of energy from the body to digest, but they give a lot to the body. So they put you in something called homeostasis, which is perfect balance, a lot quicker. Okay. But when you do things like I'll talk about the exercise, because the exercise that you need, what you were talking about, spin classes, is what your friend does, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so that is called low vibrational exercise. So meaning that it's about a 200 vibration, which means that kind of exercise has the ability to sustain life because it's exercise, but it doesn't have the ability to increase life and longevity, which is what we're looking at as women past a certain age, and people at any age. We want to live as long as we can, because we don't know, this is a finite existence. We want to live as long as we can and as healthy as we can. That's the purpose of being here, right?
Yeah.
Share love and spread joy, and and leave some kind of legacy.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you were saying as well that kind of high-powered exercise actually ages the body.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Because you're drawing in more oxygen, which you're drawing in more free radicals, which are attacking the cells in the body. Okay. Which is another reason why we need more antioxidants, because it can be cigarette smoking, sun, stress, bad fried foods, fatty foods, anything. And exercise is one of the things that creates free radicals that attack the DNA cells in the body. So women that have a lower life force should be doing higher vibrational exercises. And I promise you this, it sounds almost counterintuitive, but it's not. If you do high vibrational exercises, and those are things like Tai Chi, Qigong, Pilates, walking, these kind of exercises, they're about 700 vibration exercise. Look at the difference between 200. Okay. They're past the vibration of love, and they're into a vibration of peace and joy, and these higher vibrations. Okay. So basically, vibrational field is we're spinning cells to when the cells get very, very low on the cell spin. So it's like very low cell spin. You at 50, I think it's like maybe 50, you can get the flu, and you have to go right down to about 5 before you get things like cancer. So higher vibrational exercises. It's when the body's empty and depleted of everything. Yeah. So high vibrational exercises, they're the things that will actually keep you youthful, help you lose weight, and give you more energy. And I imagine that your friend is doing so many spin classes,
she's doing everything,
more hungry than anything, and then she just collapses on the sofa and needs the afternoon off in order to recover. Yeah, and we think we're doing, the more exercise we do, the better. Yes, the better we're doing because
for
we
our
grew
bodies.
up, and that was probably correct when we were in, under 30. Yeah. Because we had all this extra energy to burn, we had fuel to burn, and we could recharge it But now from 35, reaching the anabolic peak, you see how that kicks in?
Yes.
Is that we don't have that ability anymore.
Okay. So we need to switch to all these higher levels.
Yes.
Okay.
And you will lose weight because you're not stressing your adrenals, because most of us in the business, women in the business world as well, and women that are running, you know, with children and people that are doing a lot of, you know, activity, we're stressing the adrenals and general speed of life and stress. So we're stressing our adrenals. When you go through menopause, you switch from your ovaries to your adrenals. That's where your switch, your energy starts to activate from.
Okay.
But we don't have any adrenals active anymore because we've burnt them out.
Okay.
So they're all stressed. You know, you get like adrenal fatigue and these things. You've heard those expressions before. Well, we haven't recharged our adrenals. If we don't do that before menopause, we literally are driving on empty.
Okay.
It's literally, that's why you hit the wall. And the only way back is to take copious amounts of rest, eat lots of food, and not do any exercise, but we don't do that. And the fastest way for me to track back, which is why I made the products, is to get lots and lots of highly absorbable, complete foods, like all your minerals, all your trace elements, all your electrolytes, to get those in the body, the smaller little micronutrients and macronutrients into the cells, and your body will just suck them up, you know, like it's I was going to say like a plant that you know, hasn't been fed water, but it doesn't actually. That just literally falls out through the bottom because you've switched the cells off. So, which actually reminds me about water, really, really essential for the skin, especially when you're taking the Radiance, because I have botanical hyaluronic acid in there, which can absorb 1,000 times its weight in the cell of the skin for plumping. So when you take that with water, like a little hack is that we take the silver at night with water. You get used to it because it's you know, there's a lot of mixed things there, but the silver is more pleasant because it's got a higher amount of the air-dried blackcurrant. You take that at night with water, you watch your skin plump. And you take the platinum in the morning, and that will give you your energy boost. So that's like a little double hack. Or with you, because you've just gone through the menopause and you're new, for new people I always say, go on the detox first. If your budget or your time or, you know, allows, then do the detox in the morning and do the Radiance at night when you're in menopause, because then you get the anti-aging factor, the renewal.
Do the detox in the morning?
Yes, or reverse. So depending what you want, whether you want the sleep or whether you want the energy in the morning. Because don't forget, it works on the tryptophan cycle. So because collagen isn't complete, marine collagen, this is why people said to me things like, I've had 7 different types of collagen, I haven't noticed a difference, I'm just hoping that it will work one day. And with yours I see it in 3 days. How is that possible? The reason being is because marine collagen isn't a complete protein. So you have the amount of essential amino acids in the body that have to be ready to absorb protein to be a complete protein. It's between 11 or 12, depending on what you want to count as the last one, or whose theory you want to look at. But basically, tryptophan is an essential amino acid, and without it, marine collagen peptides cannot be absorbed into the body and utilised unless you're eating something that has tryptophan, like turkey meat, hummus, you know, a chickpea curry, or a load of cranberries or something, just by chance, and you have that in the digestive system, you can absorb it as a complete food. So what I've done is I've put food state tryptophan by putting it in a base of chickpea protein, and therefore it's now complete, and that's why you get results so fast.
Absolutely genius.
Thank you.
It really is.
I worked on it a long time, and I think that, you know, thank God, it's I got blessed with insight. So, you know.
I think it was more than that.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
But I think we need to hear all these kind of stories from you. I hope you're going to do loads of podcast episodes.
Well, people have been asking for a long time, and I've always thought about it, but I've never done it until now, until you come. So, you know, when they say when you're ready, the teacher will come. So seriously, you just buzzed my door and knocked on my door out of the blue from nowhere, and this is my first podcast. So
brilliant.
I'm really genuinely grateful for that, and I thank you with all my heart. I don't understand the bottom of my heart, because why would anybody want the bottom of someone's heart? You know. Why do you want the bottom of a drink glass or the last piece of cake? All my heart, Mary. Take
so
it all,
funny.
You know.
And I love something else that you say. It's like, why would you want to sleep like a baby? Because they wake up so many times during the night.
Exactly.
You want to sleep like a bear.
Exactly.
And that's what my sleep has been like since I started. And I'm so grateful
a comatose
for that.
bear.
So grateful for that. I feel like I have so much energy because there's so many things that I want to do, and it was really getting to me that I didn't have the energy to do them. And now I just feel like I have a whole other life ahead of me, and that's down to you. And you're a genius.
Well, it's also that you found it and you've taken it, and you've been religiously taking it. It's like I have never met you before in my life, and I'm so again delighted. But you came in the door like a summer breeze, and really, I mean, a scented summer breeze, because this gorgeous candle you've given me as well. You're carrying in your bag, but you did. You sort of blew in, full of life and vitality and vivaciousness. So it's hard for me to imagine you as the wall, but I know that that's true because I deal with that every day in my clinic. And I was there for 3 months myself before I broke out of that chain.
Okay.
And and able now to literally offer that same support for women in the same position.
And do you love that? Do you love being able to transform people's lives like that?
I adore it. Someone gave me a book once which was about stars and things, and it said my birthday, which is November the 2nd, was the day of transformation. So I have this thing to want to transform things, Okay. And so if I can transform, like I said, the expression of wilted flower, full bloom, but it's like, or crossing that bridge as a goddess or a crone. For me, this is literally, I think it's like, it really is soul food for me. I feel it's so much joy when I see women thriving. I want women to thrive. I want all women to thrive. I mean, people talk about, that crazy woman or that bitchy woman, or why are women so gossipy and jealous and all like that. You know why? Because they're depleted. They've got nothing to give.
Okay.
It's not their fault. They've got nothing to give.
Because nobody chooses to be like that.
No. Who wants to wake up in the morning and walk around like you've been stung by a wasp and sucked a sour lemon?
Yeah.
It's
so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
I mean, how many women do we see like that? They're miserable. It's like my aunt, God rest her soul. I remember when I was 15 and I was looking in the mirror going, am I going to get wrinkles and things like that? And she said, darling, you're 15. She said, everyone gets wrinkles. Let me tell you something that you can remember. And I've remembered it. She said, by the time you're 30, the person you are will show in your face. So it's better that your wrinkles will go up with a smile rather than down with a frown.
Ooh, I love it.
Wisdom,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I remembered that, and I just thought, you've got a choice at any point in time. You can choose to be happy or choose to be sad.
Yeah.
There isn't any other option for you, right? You choose. However, if you're physically exhausted and depleted, like so many women are, because they've given,
exactly,
there's nothing left for them.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have to go now because the doorbell rang.
Okay. It's been lovely speaking with you.
You too, Mary. Thank you. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.